Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, you heard 37. So we are here. I had somebody fly up a plane, actually here to Ecuador. I guess this is a Guayaquil, something like that. And we're gonna be taking our Air France plane from there up to Mexico City. It's a lot longer flight than we have been doing the last at least two that we had real short. And it pays 1.1 million, so it pays really good. And it is fragile though. And we have, of course, a base Mexico City and also have scenery for it. Really, really good scenery for it. Mexico City Xtreme, I believe it's Taxi to Gate. They always do good stuff. That is not the one. Alright, so that'll be us right there. Get our Air France plane. Good, he didn't do any damage to it or anything. Sometimes they will do that. $491 to move on over. Alright, 106,000 pounds, so kind of, a little bit more than it's actually supposed to take, but that's alright. That's the way Air Hauler does it. They combine cargo and fuel capacity. So it's 1,700 some miles, so I was actually going to put too much in there. I'm going to go 1,900. We actually go on the star up to Mexico City and then go around to the right and come back for the runway. So I'm going to put a little extra in there. It should be more. Actually, I'm not going to put that because we haven't been burning fuel hardly at all. So let's get it down here because I think there has to be a big discrepancy between Air Hauler and the config file on the fuel burn. Okay, so we got a couple larges, and that's about it. I'll take the first one here, and let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are. Guayaquil, whatever. I knew this was going to happen. We're going to have to park at the other end of the runway, I'm sure. And I guess it looks like there is a taxiway over here, I'm not sure. Alright. So jump in here. I'm surprised that we're that low on fuel. We'll switch those off. Beacon and nav are coming on. Go down to the FMC here. Still have not updated for some reason. Alright, so SEGU. Go to Mexico City. That's MMMX. That in there. I don't know why that's doing that. This plane has been acting weird in the past couple weeks. Never seen stuff like that before. Alright. Reserve fuel weight, and let's do 5 reserves. We'll make our request. We are taking off on runway 21. That's into the wind as best as I could get. No SID. None of them really worked for what we needed. Alright, calm down. Alright, there's 2 big runways for Mexico City, but only one of them actually has ILS. That's to me 23 left. ILS 120. No, we'll should do that. And MEX 3B, star, will execute. I have no idea why that wants to come back. I think we should probably just take that out. That's in the legs. We'll check that in a second. Okay, we'll accept that. Go up to 36,000. Well, that went away now. So that's good. 36,000 feet. Alright. We won't do a D-rated takeoff. Flaps we're going to put at 15. Trim 2.5. It seems like we should be heavier than that. But maybe that's just because we're going a longer distance than we normally do. Alright. Our V speeds 153. Are we actually at the correct? No. Alright, so we do have to come down. That's what I thought. So it usually happens. 146. See if we got any discontinuities. Yep, right there's one. 146. 4 miles out, we're gonna keep it at 146. Then 7, oh, we got 5 miles to that, so we don't want to be too fast. Say 160. And 7 miles before that. Alright, so that's alright right there. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so check behind us. Taxi on down here. I don't know what this dude is doing. What are you doing? Get away from my plane. What are you doing? Seriously, like, what are you doing? Glad I checked, although maybe I'm not glad I checked because we got this dude parked behind us. What in the world? We're the only plane here, and you come and decide to park behind us. What are you doing? That is odd. The one time we check behind us, there happens to be a guy behind us. Make sure this APU is off, that's right. Alright, park brake comes off. We'll start our pushback. Hopefully we did not hit that guy. I'm not sure if it damaged us. It shouldn't damage him. But it looks like our wheels will miss him. Not sure about the front wheels, but of all the places, we're the only plane here and he comes and parks behind us. Like, what in the world? Well, we're gonna miss him. Oh, and then he backs into it. This didn't cause any damage for us. That's what we're worried about. He literally backed into the wheel. Make sure we hit. Alright, stop that pushback. It is just some oddness. Taxi light comes on. Alright. Jiminy Christmas. Let's go ahead. Start our taxi now. Radio's for the minimum. Let's go ahead and traffic. Flight directors are coming on. LNAV, VNAV. Alright. And there he goes. I'm not sure why he came over here in the first place. Thank you, pal. Is that the main area over there? Looks like we should cross over here. Take this one. I was going to take the next one. Glad I checked that. And I think we can. I think there's a taxiway. It looks like maybe that goes all the way down. Terrible, terrible turn. I started turning way too early, and I knew it. I don't see anyone here. This feels like a bigger city than I would have thought. So many times with these airports and these places, it's just out in the middle of nowhere. But this is actually like got a town like right by it. All right, brakes go to RTO. Look, the flaps out to 15. Hopefully the density is not set too hard. Also for Mexico City, I put it. I've left it. Well, we've been having it very dense and dense. It seems to be generally pretty good, but Mexico City is pretty daggone dense. Really good scenery. Taxi to Gate, they do really good stuff. They do what, like Istanbul, it's really good. Do actually a bunch of good stuff. Then they do Hong Kong, the newer Hong Kong, some others. They're very good. Alright, this taxiway goes the whole way down. I don't know why there's no planes here. It's still traffic set at 100%. We've been seeing planes. It's weird that we had planes that was it, Kike or whatever that we flew down on our last 2 flights. So we had a bunch of planes there, but nothing here, huh? Not that this is necessarily a big place, but at least there's a city here. I think in FSX they just kind of said the heck with that whole area. A lot of South America. Just didn't put anything for scenery down there. Alright, we're taxiing extremely fast. I know. I'm surprised we're not getting 30 frames a second. We're only getting like 28, dropped all the way down to 23 for a second. I think it's just this plane, PMDG planes are a little hard to run. It'll be nice when they bring out that new 747, because that thing, the old one, it's really nice, but I think it's hard on the system as well. And it kind of seems almost too old, so it'll be nice that they update that. I kind of wish they'd update the MD-11, but the MD-11 seems newer than the 747 anyway. I haven't flown that plane in a long time. Alright. About ready. Get the show on the road.
Approaching 2-1.
Alright. Go ahead and check. I don't see anything going on. Alright, we'll get lined up here, if I can.
On runway 2-1.
Come on back. Alright. Wrong way. Shoot. Come on, I don't have time to piss with you. There we go. Look at how much the views have already moved. I don't understand it one bit. Crap. Landing lights are on, strobe is on. We're trimmed up. Auto brakes are in RTO. Feels like I'm forgetting something. Alright. Go ahead and get this show on the road. Toga. I don't like that little tight turn ahead. We should have taken that out. To be quite honest.
V1, rotate. V2.
Alright, positive rate, gear up. I'm gonna bring this FMC up here. Alright, there's no need for that tight little turn there. Then we gotta get this thing going on. Flaps to 5. Sorry, I was late on that, but obviously, I was messing with the FMC. I don't like the bank angle because we got frontal cargo. I don't see air haulers saying anything though. This looks like really good scenery. That looks really pretty over there. This is a... I'm surprised about this. This must be a pretty large city for them to have scenery this big. Hold on one second. Check those flaps. Flaps up. Alright, now we can take a better look. Very, very nice. We were flying out, I saw the scenery over there, and I was like, man, that looks really nice. Very, very nice. I really like that. Guayaquil. SEGU used the icon code. I might want to kind of remember that. Like Air Hauler 2 or something, if we ever put a base, that's kind of a really nice area. I really like that. I mean, it's got a big enough airport. It probably doesn't have ILS. I can't remember. Or no, that's right. It does have one ILS. Runway 21 where we just took off. It is a really nice scenery. And you get a pretty friendly frame rate. That would be a pretty good place to have a base one day. I could say Air Hauler 2, which is in testing. It's only a couple years behind, I guess. Alright, coming up on 9,000 feet. Let's check progress here. Now see, we're going to have 31 in fuel. It amazes me. There has to be a big discrepancy. But I don't see how there can be because we tested in FSX, or in Air Hauler. And set the fuel burn to get at the distance it can go, so I don't understand that. That's going to make this a lot heavier. It's going to make it harder to land. At 21:15, so a little less than 4 hours. So I'll probably end up sending it at 8x once we get to our cruising altitude. Is it going to step up? Yeah, it'll step up to 38,000. Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and speed it up, everybody. I guess we're by most everything. There's still some scenery around here. That's nice. I want to write this down and keep it for future reference. Alright, I'll go ahead and speed up, everybody. Be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, I'll go ahead and slow it down. Just lost our weather a second ago. So it's a little jagged as we came over Mexico City for the first time. So it might be a little jagged probably on landing as well. Let's go ahead and find our landing speed. It's on 139. Alright, so go 139. Before that we want to be at 139 as well. And 5 miles before that, say 155. And I'm going to put that at 10,200 feet. Seven miles before that, 155. I'm going to slow that down to 190 at 12,000. Everything else should be good for that. We're actually well below the glide slope. I'm not sure what just happened. We were right on it. Not sure why we dipped so low. Although now it says we're right on it. Just crossed 18,000 feet, so... Alright, auto brakes are set at 2. Speed brake is armed. So we should be pretty good. We already crossed Mexico City. Now we make our turn around to the right. We'll come back in, as you can see. Heading to the runway is 233. We've already set that. And of course it's Mexico City, so it's a pretty high elevation, 7,300 feet is elevation on the runway. I'm a little worried about the jaggedness when we came over, although we were at 2x speed, so that hurts a little. And there's a bunch of clouds in the sky. That brings down the frame rate as well. So like I said, I put the scenery complexity at very dense. What's our next speed at? 250, 250, 247, 250. Alright. We'll see the runway will be in this direction right here. So what is that waypoint? C123. And once we hit C123, I have 9 miles to the runway. Don't really see the city. I mean, the city should be, I guess, right in front of us. Alright, check out our speed right there. Leave that up for a minute. I don't know why we're dropping so low below the glide slope. And look, we're... What's our elevation right now? I'm going to not let this thing drop below 15,000 for a minute. 15.2. Because we are... I don't know why we're so low. I mean, we're 2,400... feet below the glide slope right now. We're only about 8,000 feet above the runway. So we'll let this roll down some. Come back towards us. See, we're still below it. I don't know what happened. We got 15,291. Oh, hell. We missed a freaking waypoint. Daggone it. This stupid thing. That's what's happening. That's so dumb. PTJ34. That's why we're so low. Actually, we could have just kicked that out, I guess. And gone on to SLM. But now we're so turned out. Stupid, stupid thing. It didn't seem like the turn was that tight, so I don't know how it missed it. Doesn't really make sense to me. Well, I guess we'll burn off a little more fuel. That's always a good thing. Because we ended up so heavy. 31 left. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out as well. Bring this down to 13,000. See if we can't move. Go ahead and move SLM up to the top. There we go. Like on LNAV and VNAV. Go down to 13,000. I'm gonna put this back down to 7,300 for the time being. You can see we're much closer to the glide slope now. The 233, which is the heading of the runway. Since that moved down, I'm gonna go ahead and knock that down. Not sure why it thinks it should go up there and around. I have no idea. Doesn't make sense to me at all. We need to be down to 220, 15 miles away though. And this thing needs to get down. We're now 600 feet above the runway for some reason. So it says 16,000 to 13,000. I'd rather it be 13,000. Coming back up on it. Some hiccups in the end of this flight. Don't tell me this thing is going to try and circle back around. Alright, there we go. Unreal. I really thought it was going to try and do that. Like, just sometimes it feels like it's just screwing around. So is that 231? I'd much rather it be 220. That could be a little high as well. It's right above the flap level, but I'm going to go ahead and put flaps to 1 anyway. Well, it should be alright, that speed, 35 knots, kind of a quick drop. But I can also take control of the throttles before that. Can't really see much of Mexico City yet. Drop my range down. Alright. Next speed will be 198 miles. I'm gonna go ahead and put the flaps to 5. See, I'm always concerned about the speed. I end up letting it drop quicker than we need to. Especially with this plane, we've had so many problems before, early on, especially with the speed, not wanting to slow down. See, drag required. Maybe if we don't wait so long. Plane. Let that go back. You can see it's getting a little jagged now on the 18, 16 and a half. It's going to get even worse, that's the problem. The next one's going to drop down to 155. I'm going to go ahead and take over the throttles. We need to be down to 155. This is kind of a big drop. Light slope is below us, but we're still pretty good. Flaps to 15.
Traffic. Traffic.
Great. Probably going to be pretty daggone close, too. Altitude-wise. Okay. Cannot get the speed to come down at all. I mean, our speed is not coming down one little bit. I'm going to go ahead and drop the gear. Need some drag. It's coming down a little bit now. Coming back on the glide slope now, that's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the landing lights on. One last thing I gotta do towards the end. Let's go to 20. Speed brake is back in. Arm. Damn it, get off. I don't care about your thrust required. 143 would be the landing speed. I can't get that up. Amazing. Localizer. Can't really see the runway. It's gonna be close. Approach hold. Left some 25. I believe the first time I ever flew here, I did horrible and missed the freaking runway. I could not find it for the life of me. Speed up. Up. Speed up. I don't know, we're still above the glide slope and I have no idea why. Still can't make out the runway really. Looks like we got runway lights maybe right there. We're on 23 left, so that should be us right there. It's 23 right. For some reason, we're still above the glide slope, and I don't know why. Flaps at 30. Come on, thing. Why are we not getting down? Alright, that's it. Autopilot, we gotta click it this way. Didn't even make the autopilot noise. Clicking off.
1,000.
Started to creep down there. Watch that speed as well, though, so we get down a little quicker.
Approaching 23 left.
Whoa, we're dropping. Dropped our speed bad.
400.
And it doesn't want to come back either. Oh no. Man, I cannot get the speed up from at all. I have to keep on the throttles all the way to the runway. Unreal. This
50.
speed will just not come up.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, there was something extremely wrong. I don't know that the autopilot was disconnected or something, because it was fighting me. And I never got the warning, but I thought it had clicked off, but got that happened before. As you can see. Unbelievable. Eight. Oh, that's really sucks, man. Are you kidding me?
Mexico ground, Air France 6-3 heavy, request taxi to the gate. Air France 6-3 heavy, taxi to gate 33.
I want to take one of these.
Echo 2 Bravo. Taxi to gate 33, use taxiway Echo 2 Bravo. Air France 6-3 heavy.
Yeah, that thing I was pulling up and it was not pulling up at all. It's like it was fighting me. That was very odd. Like I said, I never got the audible warning about the autopilot being disconnected, but I was almost sure it was. I don't know what happened. Strobe is off, landing lights are off. That was an absolutely horrific landing. We damaged the cargo big time.
Air France 6-3 heavy, hold position, caution, on short final. Hold position, Air France 6-3
Oh, that really
heavy.
sucks, man. Although maybe I couldn't get the nose up because our speed was so low. Towards the end, I was really trying to gun the engines, and it just would not speed up. Wonder which way they're coming in from.
Air France, Xtreme heavy. Hold position. Caution. Boeing 737 on.
I understand that, man.
Hold position. Air France, Xtreme heavy.
Parking brakes are on. Usually the, is that new? The, running that auto correction for the altitude fixes that, but for some reason sometimes that still happens. I really don't see anyone on final.
Mexico ground, Aero Mexico 143, taxi to the gate.
Aero Mexico 143, taxi to gate.
You could hear someone's engine spooling up. Who was that?
Right, Echo 1 Delta, Alpha 5 Lima.
Taxi to gate
There.
53, taxiway Bravo 6, runway 5, right, Echo 1 Delta, Alpha 5 Lima. Aero Mexico
Can't see the freaking landing lights forever.
Mexico ground, American Jet 100, wind ready to taxi IFR. American Jet 100, taxi to and hold short of runway.
I really
5
feel like
left,
saying screw you and
taxiway
just grabbing the
Bravo.
taxi.
Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Flight
Taxi
director's
hold
off.
short runway 5 left, taxiway Bravo. American Jet 100, Air France 6-3 heavy. Continue
Parking
taxi.
brake off, we're going.
Roger, Air France 6-3 heavy.
You gotta tell us twice.
Mexico ground, Aero
Approaching,
Mexico
2, 3,
927,
right.
taxi. Aero Mexico 927, taxi to gate 67, using taxiway Bravo 7, Echo 1 Delta, Alpha 5 Lima.
Ah, man, that was really annoying though.
Taxiing to gate 67, via taxiway Bravo
So we had
7, Echo 1 Delta,
two
Alpha
flights
5
ago, we had an
Lima.
extremely good landing. Last time not so good, but we had some problems. So I wanted to make a really good landing there, but man, it just, everything worked against me. Couldn't get my speed to come back up. Couldn't pull the nose up. I'm not sure if autopilot was disconnected or what. It had to have been, because I wasn't getting anything on there either. On the MCP. Oh, jeez. Just terrible. Because we need to be pretty soon done with this 777. We've actually flown a lot of flights with it now. And we need to move on over to the Dash 8. Then get back to the TriStar. At least they're having us taxiing close. The L-1011 TriStar, and then we've got other planes. 757, I want to do some more of that. 767, I've got some old planes. I've got one of the old Constellations from way back in the day. Some planes like that. Trying to move it over as I do this. Yeah, I turned so short. Dumbass. Dumbass move. Ugh. Pause it. I can't accept that. Alright, everybody. A little problem with FSX there. It said we crashed. I couldn't see that we hit anything, but it kept trying to reset us and it would crash every time. As soon as it would load it, it couldn't like get the scenery correct. It kept having us like inside a building or something, so we had to get it out this way. Our airframes, by the way, 2% damage, not near as bad as I thought. I thought we hit extremely hard. It's just really disgusting because man, I couldn't pull the nose up. I couldn't understand why we couldn't get our speed up. I was getting on the throttles more and more and dipping the nose down and still couldn't get the speed to come back up. That's actually not what I wanted to do. I want to click on the fleet. Let's see how much that's going to cost us to repair. Because we made over 1 million for it. What am I doing? Clicking the wrong thing. We actually still made money. It was 400 grand damage, so 700 minus the fuel. We did actually really well. I really hate to do a landing like that. That's pathetic. Thought we might be getting better, and then I could do something like that. There's another job we could do. Hay is so good. It's hard to pass stuff like that up. Long runways at Sioux City? That could be our last flight, because like I say, we really need to get onto other aircraft. It's a heavy one, too. I don't think there's anything else with time that we can do. Duluth, obviously not. And these really don't pay anything. That one does, but I really don't want to take that. We can't land there anyway. 6,300 foot runway. That's the only one we can do. Okay, sucks. I think we've been there before. Maybe a time or two. But, oh, jeez. You won't be able to see the replay of the landing because I had to shut FSX down to get back over here because, like I say, it kept crashing into the building when it would try to reset it. So, sorry about that. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.